Two houses in Temple, same price, let's call it $290. One is brand new, never been lived in, and the other is 12 years old, sitting on a street with large mature trees and homes with character. Here's the part that nobody tells you. One of those two has been sitting on the market unsold for 2.5 months longer than the other, which in turn gives you as the buyer more negotiating power than just about anything else that you have on the table. So before you set foot in a model home or you pull the trigger on a resale home, watch this video. Today we're gonna get into the real Temple numbers, a property tax line item that buyers almost always miss, and then the number that actually decides who has leverage at the table. I'm Taylor Dasch with EG Realty. I've closed numerous transactions on the new construction side as well as the resale side. I'm gonna give you the honest answer up front. The truth is that new construction is not automatically better, and then resale is not automatically smarter / cheaper. It really depends on your timeline, what you want your monthly payment to be, and your tolerance for hidden costs. The mistake is comparing only the list price. The latest MLS data pool, you got new construction selling at a median of $290,950, and resale is selling right at a median of $265,000. That means that new construction was about $25,950 higher than resale at the median. But that's just the first layer. The real question isn't which one has a cheaper listing. The question is which one gives me the best deal after you consider payment, inspection risk, taxes, incentives, and leverage. And that is exactly what we're going to talk about today. Let's get right into it. Let's start off with price per square foot. In the latest June 18th Temple closed sales pool, newer homes were selling right at around $170 per square foot. And then the resale homes are selling it right at $152 per square foot. So you're at a 13.2% premium to buy a new home. I'm gonna be clear, sometimes the premium does make sense. You may get newer systems, you're gonna get a layout that fits how people live now. You may get builder incentives that lower the monthly payment, and then the warranties that the new builders are offering. But you still can't make your decision based on the brochure. You have to know what the premium is buying you. And more importantly, you have to know which costs are not showing up in the pretty builder payment estimate, because that is where a lot of buyers get surprised, and by then it's too late. The big one is district taxes and assessments. Some newer Bell County and Temple area developments sit in a MUD or a PID. So what does that mean? It's municipal utility district and public improvement district. It's really just an extra tax that can help pay for roads, water lines, infrastructure around the development, and things like that. And it can definitely land on your tax bill. This is not theory. Bell County has these named districts on the books. So for example, Bell County MUD number 1 covers the Three Creeks area of Belton. Now that doesn't mean that every single new builder has one, and it doesn't mean that every Temple address has one. It just means for you as the buyer to verify your full monthly payment with any extra taxes whenever you're comparing your options. Here's why it matters. Take a $280,000 home at a normal Temple property tax rate around 2.37. That is about $6,636 per year. Now, whenever you add a $3,200 district charge to that, that pushes the annual number to about $9,836. So that is an extra $267 that you will not see in the listing price. And over a 30-year mortgage, that can stack to almost 6 figures. And that is enough to wipe out a good chunk of the builder incentives. So before you choose a floor plan, you need to find out if the property is in an MUD or a PID, and what is the current rate. Don't assume that it is, don't assume that it isn't. You have to verify the exact address. All right, now let's get back to the number from the beginning. In the last MLS poll, resale moves in about 56 days, whereas new construction moved in about 133 days. So that is a 77-day gap, and it's not just one random house. That is 122 new construction homes compared against 299 resale homes. And then most buyers will read that wrong. They'll think if new construction is sitting longer, maybe there's something wrong with it. So that's not always the case. Sometimes it's just inventory, sometimes it's the timing, sometimes it's a finished spec home that the builder needs to move. But for you, as the buyer, slow market time is not your problem, it's your leverage. When a finished spec home sits on the MLS, the builder is likely carrying interest, taxes, insurance, and opportunity costs every single day that that home is sitting on the MLS. And that pressure can create room for price reductions, seller paid closing costs, and rate related incentives. As of the June 19th builder incentive feed on my website, there were 56 detected Temple incentive cards. Some of the listings showed fixed rate language like 4.99%, 2.99%, and then some of them showed price reductions, and then some are showing closing cost incentives. These are taken from the MLS export that I do every single week. They do still have to be verified with the builder, and I stay in contact with these builder reps. So if y'all want to get the most up-to-date builder incentives, reach out to me. You can call me, you can text me, you can email me. I have my Calendly right down below. We'll get on a 15-minute call. No pressure at all. Let's keep going. These incentives are subject to lender terms, buyer qualification, fees, preferred lender rules, and change. But the signal is real. Builders are not competing on list price alone. They're also competing on monthly payment. And that is why the cheaper resale listing doesn't always win. The cheaper house can actually cost more every month if the builder incentives are strong enough. But the builder deal can also be a lot weaker than it looks if the taxes, the lender terms, the fees, and the long-term rate math do not work. So that is the decision. It's not new versus old, and it's not pretty versus practical. It's payment, taxes, fees, timeline, and leverage. Now here's where buyers give away their leverage without even meaning to. They will walk into the model home alone. The builder sales rep does not work for you. They work for the builder. So they are representing the builder's side of the deal. So that doesn't make them bad. That is just who they work for. So before you tour, get your own agent involved and make sure that you have everything in writing prior to registering with the builder. And it doesn't cost you anything at all to be represented by an agent of your choosing. Normally, builders have already budgeted the buyer's agent commission. So it won't cost you anything at all to have your own agent working for you. So don't ever worry about the cost because they've already budgeted it and you need somebody negotiating on your behalf. So it typically costs you nothing out of pocket, but you always have to make sure everything is in writing beforehand. Walking in alone usually does not save you money. It's really just removing the person who helps you compare the builder offer against resale options, the tax bill, the inspection risks, and the monthly payment. And that is why I track this data. It doesn't help you if nobody brings it into the room before you sign. All right, now let me give you the honest scars on both sides. So new construction has real advantages, but there are also some negatives. You may be paying a 13.2% premium. Some developments may have MUD or PID costs. Builder incentives are also normally tied to the preferred lender of the builder. And then even on a brand new home, you still need an independent inspection. Walk new builds where the finish work wasn't done at the final walkthrough. So new doesn't mean skip the inspection. So resale has kind of the opposite. You're going to be buying older systems, the important expensive stuff, the roof, the HVAC, the plumbing, the foundation. Those are property specific, so you don't guess. You have to get an inspection and then budget and negotiate based on what the house actually needs. Resale sellers also may not offer the same visible incentive stack that a builder does. And then also, the right resale home can still draw competition because buyers want the same combination of price, lot, location, and timeline. So neither path is the easy button. To me, the right choice is the trade-off that fits your life. All right, so here's the decision framework. Choose new if you want lower early maintenance, a more predictable process, and a modern layout. Also, new could be a good option if your timeline can handle the builder process. Your options open up a lot more if you have more time. Choose new if the incentive math still works after you consider the taxes, the insurance, the HOA, the lender fees, and what happens whenever the rate changes. There are two gates that I would not skip. Gate number 1, your budget still needs to work after the MUD and PID taxes are included in the monthly payment. And then gate number 2, the incentives still need to make sense after the preferred lender terms and long-term payment are compared against the resale property. And then those 2 gates have to be pass or fail. If either one fails, new construction may not be the move. Then choose resale if you want a more established street, a mature lot with large trees, possibly a shorter closing timeline. And then choose resale if you want the freedom to shop lenders. Resale is great if you want to avoid district tax risk on a specific address. Resale if you're comfortable with budgeting repairs based on the inspections. Most importantly, choose resale if the builder incentive does not beat the total monthly payment once everything is on the same sheet. And then one more thing, if you're moving here for Baylor, Scott & White, do not try to force the physician loan onto a new construction home without checking the structure first. That combo can really hurt you in the form of your monthly payment. I do have a video about that on my page. Listen, if you are comparing new construction versus resale in Temple, if you are comparing new construction versus resale in the Temple, Belton, Bell County area, reach out to me. I'll send you the checklist on how to verify if an address is in an MUD or PID district, what to ask the builder in writing, and then how to compare the tax math before you sign. The full breakdown is also linked right down below, templetexashomes.net. Whether you're leaning new or resale, I'm helping people just like you every single day, and I'd love to have a private conversation to see if we may be a good fit working together. You can call me, you can text me, you can email me, you can schedule an appointment with me right down below in my Calendly. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Let's get it.